各位歡迎收睇 Gameplay HK 有一樽，繼續同大家玩刺客教條。上集我哋就喺第一文明剩低落嚟嘅鍛造爐嗰度強化咗支矛啦，仲見到自己嘅細佬添。跟住落嚟呢，我哋就要去阿提卡繼續我哋嘅任務。首先就要警告一個人，就話秩序神教準備去殺佢嘅。咁另外我自己都再升級過支矛嚟，升級嗰時見到支矛係零舍靚咗。好似用到啲好高級嘅鋼咁，因為之前嗰啲咧斷矛好鬼渣噶嘛。而家我哋繼續遊戲啦，將會踏足雅典嘅土地。
When you're ready, meet me at the Pnyx in Athens.
點解佢係上水嘅時候咧，係咁樣嘅手，好似成身濕晒咁樣個感覺。跟住落嚟咧，我哋就要去普尼克斯。個位置喺邊度啊？哇，都好遠下㗎喎！佢抌低我哋自己一個行，咁衰格都有嘅。咁冇啦，我唯有嗌隻馬過嚟，騎住馬過去啦。冇理由咁戇居行啊，1000幾步啊喂！哇，好啦，我見到雅典啦，好大啊呢個城市。你望下山上面嗰座嘢，好似有啲戰鬥喎，唔好理佢啦。喂，我行過都要掉啊喂！我而家同雅典有仇嘅咩嚇？唔入得去㗎？應該唔係㗎係嘛？係咁啱出邊嗰啲唔知做咩事咁惡嘅啫。哇！呢度真係勁靚咯，大家睇下幾宏偉。唉，搞到我都心思思，好想有機會就去呢啲地方旅行下。
The famous Acropolis, a testament to humankind's skill and craftsmanship.
嗱，嚟到雅典第一件事，梗係要開翻個俯瞰點先啦。前面呢個一定就係戰神雅典娜啦。大個塊面做乜搞到成個男人咁嘅喂？好啦，我哋睇下點樣擒上去先。呢度擒唔到嘅喎，背脊咧。哦，背脊原來鞋啲可以擒上去嘅。擒到上頂一齊去欣賞下呢度風景啦，應該都幾正我諗。哇！千祈唔好跌落去，會死人㗎。哇，好正啊！上到佢頂帽上面，好欣賞下先。哇！但係就咁睇，我又唔覺嗰啲咧，好似天橋咁樣嘅水道喎。開完個俯瞰點，係時候跳落去啦！信仰之約，跟住咧，我哋就去揾阿希羅多德啦。要
The Spartans may draw near to our walls, but we must come together now for the glory of Athens.
Glory for you!
Friends, please!
嘥晒啲嘢食。
Just because the Spartans are near our walls does not mean we can act like them! A good crop! Shame the Spartans burned the fields where it grew! The Parthenon is glorious, Pericles, but at what cost? How many triremes could we have built instead?
We must not become divided!
We are divided, and the Spartans are winning! Act, Pericles, or I will!
嗱，好明顯斯文人就唔夠啲惡人鬥啦。
You came. Things are worse than I feared. Cleon has turned the mob. We have to hurry.
Where?
To Pericles.
佢唔喺前面啫咩嚇？唔使發現啦，佢咪就喺度咯。哇！但係啲傭兵應該好高 level 喎，我哋唔夠佢打到20幾 level，唔好撩佢哋。
Stay back. She's no threat to Pericles. I assure you.
Ah, Herodotus. It's fine. Let them through.
It's good to see you again, Pericles.
And you as well. I only wish it were under better circumstances. And who's this?
Cassandra.
Welcome, Cassandra. And what did you think of your first taste of Athens?
喂，有嘢揀咯喎，我覺得呢度好宏偉。喂，但係點解唔係我想揀嘅嘢嚟嘅？嗱，我覺得咧都係唔關我哋事，講少句啊。
Nothing to say? Others would do well to realize silence is as much of an answer as anything else. A crowd will seize the very first easy answer that comes its way, like a hungry dog on a bone.
Pericles, we've come to...
We must choose our moment wisely and speak our words more privately.
Fine. We've come to you on urgent business.
As does everybody.
I may have told Cassandra you'd invite her to your symposium.
You'd ask me to exclude every Athenian and invite an outsider instead. You heard the crowd. They don't need another reason to hate me.
If she's working for you, maybe the prying eyes will see her as a servant.
I'm no one's servant.
Cassandra, this is Athens. If you want something, sometimes you have to play a role.
And what exactly is it that you want?
嗱，其實咧我哋就係要嚟揾人嘅。第二個啦，
I'm looking for a woman who's very important to me. Herodotus said a symposium could be useful for gaining information.
He would be correct. I can get you in, although I can't promise the information you seek will be found.
Just tell me what to do.
First, check on my colleague, Mediochos. He was meant to meet me today, and it's not like him to miss an appointment.
Done.
My friend, Phidias, needs to be taken out of Athens as soon as possible.
Anything else?
Yes. There is an ostracism vote taking place that could use your influence.
嗱咁即係參加晚會之前咧，首先要完成3個任務先啦。逐個問下先。
Metiochos. You said he was your colleague?
A politician and ally. He's one of my most loyal friends.
其實佢冇嚟，會唔會係已經死咗咧？
Phidias? The famous sculptor? What did he do exactly?
He stands accused of multiple offenses and is awaiting trial. You'll find him under close guard at his workshop.
咁即係話我哋要護送佢走啦，至緊要就係將嗰啲看住佢嘅人都要懟冧埋嘅。
Ostracism.
Exile is a term you may be more familiar with. Here in Athens, we vote between two people to decide who should leave.
It's between the sophist Anaxagoras and another man, on trial for impiety. My contact near the Agora will give you the details.
因為咁即係到時係會影響到邊一個人俾人放逐嘅喎。好啦，
I'll do it.
I'll expect you to use discretion.
That went well. It isn't exactly an invitation, but the promise of one is just as good. Although I'm sure he'll still ask Aspasia if it's okay.
So long as it comes.
不過佢頭先講嗰個唔知咩啊咧，究竟係咩人嚟嘅？不過可能好快就會知㗎啦。哇，又有6000幾，但係都唔足夠升 level。咁我哋睇一睇新接嗰3個任務先。一個建議 level 咧就17，最好就唔好而家去接啦。如果唔係，卒仔都會打死你，爭2個 level。咁我哋首先就不如做呢個啦，圖利雅典。咁啊，幫我雕刻家去逃離呢度嘅。頭先我哋一過嚟個 CG 咧，大家覺得似唔似係啲選舉論壇咧？不過就我一步嚟好多咯。你啲圍觀嘅人可以隨便掉番茄嘅喎。嗱好啦，我哋去到第一個目的地啦。哇，好大下喎呢座嘢！我可唔可以就咁行入去咧？
I can't let you go any further.
喂，其實我哋嚟揾人㗎噃，點解唔俾我哋入去啊？
It isn't often you see a guard outside of an artist's workshop.
I just do what I'm told, stranger. And until I'm told otherwise, no one is going in or out.
喂，通融下，最多靜靜地俾啲錢你啦。
Stand aside. This is important.
So is keeping people out. Maybe you can see Phidias after his trial, if the people spare his life.
可惡！睇下先嗱，第一個應該冇用嘅。 扮係戀人啊！喂，我點知究竟佢幾歲啫？如果佢7老80嘅話，你都唔信啦，係嘛？最第一個啦。
Phidias and I have been friends for a long time. I'm leaving Athens and I don't know if I'll ever see him again.
You won't. And if you want to leave Athens in one piece, you'll go. Now.
哦，咁可惡嘅。
Everyone has a price. How much drachmi is this going to take?
Depends how much you have.
嗱，我都話要俾錢㗎啦，要俾幾多？哇，500蚊咁多，算啦，我唔想引起呢個騷動。
Take it.
That'll do just fine. You tell anyone I did this and you're as good as dead.
Funny. I was going to say the same to you.
嗱，因為咧我哋係過嚟護送人嘅，就無謂搞咁咩啦。冇樓梯上去咁都好似，可能喺另外嗰邊。不過算啦，我哋呢度上到呢度上啦。哇！你唔使咁驚
Sorry about
喎。
that.
How did you get past the guard? No one gets past the guard.
Relax. Pericles sent me.
Praise Athena. I knew he'd send help. I was worried they sent someone after me.
咁點咧？嗱，兩個選項揀第一個啦。
He sent me to get you out of Athens.
So he knows about the plot.
You mean the trial? From what I've seen, you don't stand a chance.
Pah, the people love me. I am the Phidias. But there are others. Look.
想攞你命嗰班唔中意你啊嘛？
Malaka. It isn't the trial Pericles is saving you from. These are instructions to murder you. Who wrote this?
I don't know who to trust. I'm just an artist. I just wanted to create. Please, what am I to do?
First, you need to pull yourself together. You're on trial, the people are against you, and now I find that the cult want to kill you. I said pull yourself together!
Yes, of course.
走佬啦！你去第二度創作得唔得啊？我依有嘢問喎，問埋先。
Cleon said you're wasting the people's drachmi. If he had his way, he'd serve them your head.
Cleon mentioned me? That's going to hurt Pericles. First impiety, now theft. After all we've done for this city.
咁老實講，嗰個年代你做雕塑啊，真係好似冇乜作為嘅。
You and Pericles seem close.
For Pericles and me, it started with our love of Athens. Our differences push us to greatness. That is true friendship.
咁好啦，行啦我哋。
All right, we need to go. Do you have any idea where I can take you?
South of Athens, there's an island called Seriphos. My friend Theras lives there. When I discovered the plot against me, I sent word to him. If anyone can help us, he can.
Any clues he has of the cultists' identities? I want them.
Yes, yes, anything. A guard.
I'll distract them while you sneak out. Meet me tonight to set sail for Seriphos. Don't show your face until you see me at the docks.
I understand.
You didn't really think I'd let you come and go as you please, did you? Now, where are you?
哦，非常好啊，做得。跟住咗個大隻嘅先。
I want
攞埋個盾。咁你就冇得打啦！你最叻都係有個盾啫嘛，係嘛？搞掂。喂，執翻啲嘢先。我嗰500蚊都攞翻啦，收咗我錢仲想揾人嚟 KO 我，真係抵死。
So many boats, so many people. There must be enough food here to feed Kefalonia for a year.
呢度就咁望落去都唔係好多嘢食啫，夠呢度食成年㗎啦已經。嗱好啦，我已經去到目的地㗎啦，而家就冥想下，冥想到夜晚咧就可以進行任務㗎啦。夠鐘。
Good, you made it. I was beginning to worry.
I told you I'd get you out of Athens.
So you did.
問下嘢先。
Can your friend be trusted?
Theras and I have been friends for a long time. I just sent word telling him where to meet us.
其實嗰個人信唔信得過㗎？不過算啦，有我哋陪住冇問題嘅。
Wasting time will only get us into trouble. Let's head to Serifos while we still can.
好啦，出航啦，我哋。
Position for sailing!
Ready when you are, Commander.
哇，好遠下喎，睇下要點樣行先。出咗嚟之後要兜個大圈，嚟呢個塞里福斯。喂，佢個地圖好得意喎，又叫個神話搖籃嘅名嘅喎。哇，好漫長嘅航海旅程啊！希望中途唔好有人難逃截劫啦。
Full power!
I never thought it happened for good.
I've left places I've called home.
以為佢講兩句就講完㗎啦，我以為佢會 keep 住有啲嘢交代下，講下佢生活咁樣添。
We need to let the oars rest, Commander.
Get that sail down!
Hopefully, the cult won't bother me now I'm out of hands.
嗱，神就冇揾你麻煩嘅，但係啲海盜就會嚟揾你麻煩咯。一出嚟就見到海盜啊，想點咧？掟嘢啊嗱，兜嘢撞一下先，放箭，掟矛，再放火矛，搞掂。唔登船啦，殺埋佢啦，搞掂，阻住我送人。
This is a nice ship.
You don't have to do that.
Do what?
Fill the silence.
Oh, I wasn't trying to do that at all. I simply don't find myself traveling the seas very often.
It can be freeing.
Yes, freeing seems to be an accurate word. Although I've begun to feel a bit sick.
Lean over the side if you need to. Otherwise, you're cleaning it up.
You're quiet tonight, Barnabas.
Sorry. Years ago, on a bright night like this one, my old friend Karos and I were sailing to Samos when we heard our names being sung out in the middle of the darkness. The song was so sweet, we forgot how to sail.
Don't tell me.
唔通係人魚？
You saw the silence.
I covered my ears to drown out their chants. But when I went to warn Karos, he was gone. I never saw him again.
I'm sorry.
When the sea calls, you never know where it will lead you. Karos might be king of some faraway land by now. You never know.
Is your stomach turning as much as mine is?
You'll get used to it. We'll reach Serifos before long.
其實咧，我哋已經到㗎啦，我係等你哋講嘢咧先至停船嘅啫。老實講，哇！但係真係好正，我覺得喺度航行緊嘅時候咧，會有啲咩古仔去聽下啦。咁頭先海妖嘅故事其實我諗中意航海嘅人都會有聽過，就係航緊海嘅時候聽到有歌聲，叫自己個名，千祈就唔好聽落去，如果唔係就會俾海妖拉落海啊。
It's good to see you alive and well, Phidias.
And you, Theras. As you can see, I didn't get here alone.
Ah, yes, the kind and thoughtful hero you mentioned in your letter.
使乜講？其實我都係為咗自己嘅啫，我好老實嘅。
If I wasn't getting something out of it, he'd be dead already.
And for that heroism, I found some information on a man named Brisson who's plotting Phidias' early demise. Hopefully you can make something of this clue.
I can.
Please give Pericles my thanks and my farewell. And be careful. I still believe many in Athens are in danger.
救完我哋，再慢慢救你啲 friend 啦。嗱，好啦，其中一個任務咧已經完成啦，我哋仲爭2個嘅啫。咁我諗做得嚟咧，又唔覺意解鎖咗啲成員喎。睇下呢一個先，佢 level 17嘅噃。
I swear on my life, any lives I will take from others, I will not fail the cosmos again.
level 17嘅話，我暫時打佢冇乜着數住。嗱，跟住落嚟咧，我哋就翻去做放逐呢個任務啦。哇，做咩時候好似開緊 party 咁嘅喂？
You must be the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
點解會係由一個平民同我哋講咧？問下嘢先。
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
哇！如果香港都有呢啲嘢咁就好啦。我諗成班高官都俾人放熟晒，特別係嗰啲咩1萬億起個人工島嗰啲咧。
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
咁呢個純粹入去偷嘢嘅啫喎，嗰個地方喺邊啊？好似喺前面好高下嗰座建築物嗰度，叫做絲水之屋嘅。咁我哋要揾嘅嘢其實喺邊度啊？喺啲寶藏度唔通？如果喺寶藏度嘅話，好似又唔難喎。佢好似好眼瞓咁喎嚇，但我又要入去嗰度。有冇啲咩窗口仔俾我入去咧？好似又冇。嗱，咁嘅話你唔好彩啦。嗱，我諗呢度嘅玩法其實都幾無聊下，就係走去開個箱嘅啫。咁我哋搞掂咗就再翻去進行個任務啦。嗱，好啦，玩咗陣咧，我就已經調換完嗰啲瓦片噶啦。咁嗰個地區啲人梗係俾我殺晒啦。交個任務先。
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes.
喂，我好秘密喎，點解會知㗎
Don't worry. The ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
唔通因為個揸地啲人死晒嘅關係？喂，咁而家個任務點先？
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We are quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
因為咁睇嚟應該係有心整走佢㗎噃。問下嘢先。
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
呢個柯拿克殺過啦先，哇！好巧口啲名真係有啲咩關係咧
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
好啦，咁究竟你係乜水咧
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
哇！完全估唔到啊！我以為見到希羅多德已經好犀利㗎啦，連蘇格拉底都出現埋。嗱，咁嘅話，我哋一定要介紹下自己啦。
My name is Cassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
嗱，其實而家呢個世界咧，知識雖然重要啊，但係錢都好緊要噶。你有知識冇錢有咩用啫？人要生活噶嘛。
I can't be paid in knowledge.
Ah, then you are driven by the desire for wealth.
Drachmi is the one thing people need.
Many believe they need more than they actually do.
And others have to risk everything just to survive.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
嚇你又知係我做嘅？你憑咩啊？你有冇證據啊？
I think you have the wrong person.
You are claiming that you're the wrong person? Life's one true happiness is knowing yourself.
Even if I did know who rigged the ostracism vote, I wouldn't tell you.
And yet, I never said anyone rigged anything.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know.
好似你啲咁樣嘅名人，冇可能係最後一次對話嘅。咦喂，點解無啦啦我會俾人追蹤㗎？喂，死啦！可能因為我潛去嘅時候殺咗人，唔通真係？嗱，呢個世界所謂有錢使得鬼推磨，400幾蚊就可以解除呢個追捕，抵俾啦，係咪先？好啦，睇翻個任務先。嗱，而家都差唔多係時候去做呢個惡毒的遭遇。推薦 level 係17嘅，咁啊唔緊要啦，爭少少啫，我都16 level， 可以去試下，唔夠打先再升下 level 啦。好啦，跟住落嚟呢個任務咧就係要揾人噶啦。
Please, someone! By the gods, why did it have to be snakes?
Help me! If you leave, these snakes will kill me! Get me out of here!
喂，咁究竟佢喺邊啊？喂，我哋揾個入口先喎。呢度，咦唔得，封住咗。嗱，你等我揾到個入口咧，我就嚟救你噶啦。喂，冇喎，要喺屋頂有唔通？ 哇！有冇多蛇啲添啊？喂！
Blessed be the god that sent you here. I'd have been eaten alive if it weren't for you.
I don't think they'd eat you.
But they would have certainly killed me. So thank you.
I'm always happy to help someone in need.
The world could do with more like you. Especially now.
Pericles sent me. He was worried about you. You often get tied up and surrounded by snakes?
How can you joke about this? Thugs broke into my home, dragged me here, tied me up and surrounded me with these hideous creatures. They must be stopped.
The snakes?
The thugs!
喂，問題係點解人哋要咁對你先
Why would anyone do this?
Politicians are easy targets in these troubled times. When they tied me up, they said I was a snake. That I should die by my own kind.
咁即係話啲人你應該知係邊一道派嚟㗎咯喎。
Did you recognize the people who did this?
Pericles asked me to go down to the fishing district and talk with the poor and sick, to give them hope. That's how I recognized their voices.
Oh, yes.
They threw rotten food and yelled insults at me. These thugs disguised their faces, but their voices and the stench of fish were unmistakable.
喂，其實嗰啲係咪特登做出嚟掩人耳目㗎咋
Where should I look?
I couldn't see their faces, but I recognized their voices from one of the districts I visited. They're regulars at Cleon's rallies. They live in the flooded part of the city, near the wall.
嗱，咁唔使心啦，今次個任務90%都係去殺人嘅啫，好簡單。
I'll track them down, Metiojos. Don't worry.
Tensions are high right now. At this rate, we'll tear each other apart within the city before the Spartans can breach the walls.
咦，好近啫喎，100零公尺之外，喂，過去 𥄫 下先。
A part of Athens I doubt Pericles is proud to talk about.
咦，咁睇嚟唔係過嚟殺人喎，係嘛？
There has to be a clue around here somewhere.
哇，又有。 臨死都要咬我一下。
Snakes, like the ones that were meant to kill Metiochos.
不過都好，呢個任務好似可以賺到唔少嘅呢個皮嘅。
It looks like the thugs who attacked Metiochos weren't the masterminds behind this plot.
喂，又話呢個伯里克利斯係好人嚟嘅，點解佢啲 friend 會貪污㗎？如果係嘅話，抵死㗎噃。好，睇埋呢度先。
Snake bites, and someone hid the body. Though I have a feeling this death was an accident. This must be the house of Metiochos' attackers. But the letter proves they're just tools in someone else's plan. Whose?
What the fuck are you doing sniffing around my house?
You attacked Metiochos. I found the snakes, the letter from your friend, and a body. All here.
Ah, Boraktis. We all knew the risks. Change don't happen without a bit of blood being spilled.
喂，你哋需要啲乜嘢改變先
Why kill Metiochos with snakes?
We're prisoners in our own city. Because of Pericles and his crooked friends. The snake dealer told us it's time to send a message. Time they suffered.
唔明究竟佢哋受咗啲咩苦咧
You can't take the law into your own hands. Now I need to decide what to do with you.
Cleon says it's time we took the city back from the elite. Time to fight. Don't matter what you do to us. There will be others who follow our lead.
哦，原來呢一班人就係被煽動嘅。
I know someone gave you those snakes. They used you to do their dirty work. I want to know who.
He's a real hero of Athens. No puppet of Pericles is going to stop him.
嗱，我哋唔係乜嘢傀儡，我哋係傭兵 ，OK？
Don't be someone's puppet. Tell me where the snake dealer is.
All right, all right. He's got a camp just outside the walls. Sells his snakes from there.
It's not too late to make a difference, but we have to work together.
Maybe you're right. You didn't have to show us mercy. But where do we start?
Start here. This district is your home. Ignore the politicians and concentrate on where you can make change.
Thank you. We will try.
I need to rid Athens of this snake seller.
嗱，好啦，原來咧有個幕後黑手喺度搞事煽動啲人嘅。咁以前啲人究竟係咪真係咁蠢咧？講兩句嘢就會煽動得到。不過當時資訊就冇咁發達，可能就真係會咁樣嘅。咁我哋個目標咧就喺前面呢度，咦？仲要唔係喺城入面添？望下先，得一個咋？仲要瞓緊覺？唉，咁你唔好彩啦！我連潛行都唔使。
I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
應該冇敵人啦。
Hey! Don't move, Mr. You'll feel the sting of my venom.
後翻開嚟先。嗱，呢個時候咧就要，咦喂！嗱，呢個時候就要匿埋。刺殺，因為咧佢係高 level 過我噶，同佢正面打唔着數。你睇下我雙重暗殺都係扣佢1/3都冇。再嚟。OK， 佢剩低少少啦。拜拜。我哋刺客嚟噶，係唔會同你正面打噶。OK。嗱，last 一嘢。咦喂，唔得嘅喂！哎呀，好彩啫！走啊走啊走！哇，一嘢扣咁多嘅喂！回血，停一停先，再踢佢，踢完之後再吉，就開。哇，好彩避到避到。佢好似想落毒喎喂！停一停先，唔好咁心急。我嘅回合嚟㗎嘛係咪？
His death should keep friends of Pericles safe.
搞掂。哇，好似有好嘢攞喎。Level 17嘅施毒者匕首， 好，搞掂，翻去交任務啦。
Looks like your situation's improved since we last met.
The danger has passed for now. But while those monsters are out there, no one is safe.
A group of fishermen tied you up. They were being used by a snake dealer working for enemies of Athens.
What did you do with them?
I showed them the error of their ways and sent them on their way. They won't be bothering you again.
I'm glad no blood was shed. But how do you know they won't return?
I made it very clear that doing anything stupid would make me angry.
Well, that must have been a terrifying experience for them. Thank you for your help, Mystios. I'll be sure to mention this to Pericles.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
太好啦！我哋終於可以咧參加呢個交際酒會啊！唔知我哋要唔要換件靚衫先去咧？所以而家套衫過去好失禮人噶嘛，扮士兵保鏢咩大佬啊
Did I tell you I'm thinking of leave?
We'll be watching you, Mystios.
At least give them a welcome first.
Fine. Pericles welcomes you to his symposium.
你頭先話歡迎我啊？你早響啊，大佬！我以為唔俾我入嚟啊！當我頭先就諗住問下有冇第二個地方可以入。
Cassandra, it's you!
Phoebe!
You said you weren't coming back to Kefalonia, so I decided to leave too.
I said I wouldn't be coming back. But I don't remember saying you should leave.
Well, here I am.
係啦，首先問下點解佢可以嚟得到先
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
唔通佢話自己前世係喺雅典呢度大嘅？喂，但係有個問題喎，點解會嚟到呢度咧？同埋我發覺佢有啲潛質去做刺客㗎。
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
嗱，我都話啦，真係要換衫嘅，換咗先睇下件衫係點樣㗎啦。
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well...
咁你都係要換㗎啦。喂，問埋呢樣先。
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky.
其實我覺得咧係夾埋啊，因為知我哋識阿 Phoebe 啊。
I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
喂，我都好想睇下換衫先啦。
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like
喂，唔
everyone
錯
else.
喎。
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
喂，大家見唔見到好大條疤痕喺個膊頭度咯？同埋咧都係行得好粗魯啊！唉，唔緊要啦，係咁噶啦。點樣突然間變淑女啊
？Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides!
做咩啊？你哋睇唔起啲喜劇作家咩吓？喂，我中意下邊呢個。
It looks more like a lover's quarrel to me.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
以為係咪即係話蘇格拉底都會喺度啊？我哋啱啱先見過面咋噃。
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I
啲咁正經嘅嘢應該會悶到瞓着嘅。我哋幾時入正題啊
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates!
哇，你搞咩啊？
Always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
呢班人做乜唔着衫啊？喂，唔係喎，都有啲女仔着好少布嘅喎。
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
咦，佢問我感想喎。我不如揀第一個先啦。
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
啊，咁你去啦。
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
嗱，咁即係話咧，我哋要周圍傾偈去收集下情報，睇下有冇人知道我哋個阿媽喺邊度啦。壽司就要揾啲資訊出嚟，但我想入嚟呢度先。
Τούτο δέον εστί διαλύειν όταν είσαι μόνος και εν ηρεμία.
打緊摔角。
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
打緊摔角啊！你唔好咁啦。
Don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at you. Such authority. Such a aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
喂，你隻門咧，我想問支矛啱唔啱使啊？哇，大佬真係頭先睇到鄭中基玩雷仔，我聽過啫。啊，估唔到以前嘅雅典人會玩山羊噶喎。我揀下邊嗰個先。
I thought this party was tame even by Athenian standards. Until now.
Let them have their meeting of the minds. I'm more interested in meeting other parts.
Ali, we're out of oil again.
Ali?
You know they like you when they give you a pet name. There's more olive oil in the kitchen, but Aspasia keeps complaining about me walking unencumbered through her symposiums.
You mean naked?
It sounds so good when you say it.
喂，佢要橄欖油，我唔知攞嚟做咩咧？我哋幫佢攞啦，好唔好啊
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long.
OK 啦，咁我哋一陣揾到橄欖油就攞嚟俾佢啦。我諗應該係呢度啦。
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
原來頭先嗌緊交嘅人嚟㗎。你哋喺度傾緊偈啫，我哋唔好咁快揾線索住，因為我覺得咁快問咧，問唔到啲咩。
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
I am looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous, xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
咁即係灌醉佢就有得傾偈啦，係嘛？
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
以為問完嘢先再進行啦。
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen.
其實我哋唔識佢啊，但係佢講到自己好勁咯，自戀狂嚟啊！
You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with that banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
好啦。
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
嗱好啦，即係我哋咧要揾啲甜嘅葡萄酒出嚟嘅，睇下呢度係啲咩嚟嘅先。攞到橄欖油啦！
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
喂，你好啊，奴隸，我係想要甜嘅葡萄酒。
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
非常好，搞掂。哇，陳年嘅添喎。 咁出去啦。飲酒就佢飲嘅643呢個，一陣再俾酒佢啦。我哋過嚟交咗個橄欖油先，因為我對呢個有興趣啲。
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
呢一個人對蘇格拉底着埋，我冇睇錯啊嘛？
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
哦，原來佢哋冇嘢嘅。咁呢一個選項咧
You've grown up in Pericles' home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Pericles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
唉，好啦好啦，我俾個橄欖油你啦，冇嘢問啦。
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
誒，真係有得揀㗎喂！其實我係嚟揾情報嘅啫，但係有得玩冇理由唔玩㗎。入去啦！
Time for some fun. You'll have to help me strip off these uncomfortable Athenian robes.
Gladly. If you like, we can feed them to the goat.
There's another goat?
哎呀死啦！我哋嚟做正經嘢嘅喎，咁又一日一夜啦，腳軟啦佢，睇佢。
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
交際花
Theatera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts. Ali! Come back inside! Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anthusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
哇！但係我哋喺度一日一夜嘅咯，啲人走晒未啊？定係仲有人喺度啊？其實真係估唔到任務會咁樣玩。好啦，到呢邊俾酒人飲啦。
A new face in Pericles' abode. Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the orange ape. Tell me, what does it think?
我點知佢似唔似啫？我又唔知係講邊個。
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
嗱，我哋有一個比較好嘅選項揀呢個先，有靚女服侍你，你唔係唔飲啊嘛？誒，咪住喎，仲有嘢問嘅喎，問埋先。
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
喂，藍色衫呢個想點啊？你係咪想我刺殺你先？
I'm Pericles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Pericles' ship where he took pity on me. Now I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning. Perhaps one drink.
嗱，咁你就飲啦。誒，但係仲可以問喎，問埋先。
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
唉，好啦，講完嘢飲啦。
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
哇！真係一飲就嚟料㗎咯喎，嚟啊嚟啊！
Ready for more?
I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
喂，咁嘅話，你哋應該要比賽下啦。
You ready for another?
哇！你睇下我哋個眼神幾奸啊！
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it.
藍色衫呢個都好討厭。
Practice in Argos. Here I come.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
佢已經貓晒啦。
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
喂，可能我哋都仲未做完任務喎，蘇格拉底都有嘢傾嘅喎。
Ah, here comes the one who claims to value drachmae over the noble path that leads to knowledge.
Like I told you, knowledge can't feed me.
But the mind must be fed as well.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
我哋其實冇興趣啊，你收聲先啦。
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. We're better to do so than here. I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
喂，得啦，你哋啲嘢唔關我哋事，啲咁深奧嘅哲學，你哋慢慢討論啦，喺度嘥時間。
This argument between you two is pointless.
Perhaps. How do you define art?
I'm not getting dragged into this.
Very well. Answer this. Does the artist not give form and symmetry to her subject?
Well, yes.
Laws and justice do much the same for people, do they not? And is there any better way to communicate the story of a people than by revealing its customs and laws? If yes, then ruling, and thus justice, must be an art, as Thrasymachos says.
If you say so.
Aspasia.
嚇，仲喺度討論緊喎，究竟要討論幾耐啊？我哋？哇！呢個女仔靚喎，嚟睇下，生支貓入眼咁嘅樣。唉，好啦，終於唔使同佢哋討論啦。
You shouldn't be too hard on Socrates. He really has a brilliant mind, even if he comes off a little strong.
He isn't always like that, is he?
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
嚇，我哋做咗啲咩啊？
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now. To convince someone in this house, even your eyes must tell a lie.
Fine, it was me. But my actions were personal, not political.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
嗱，我哋做翻卡散場先，做翻自己揀呢個啦。
I'd be more comfortable in these clothes if I had a blade in my hand.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
喂，咁好啦，我想揾人啫。
I've been searching for a woman named Myrimi, my mother. I think she may be in danger, and my search brought me here.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
嗱，好啦，而家應該就已經揾齊晒我哋要揾嘅線索嘅咯喎，跟住落嚟咧，同呢個帕利克里斯交談嘅。喂，佢咗邊啦？唉，我揾到條樓梯啦，原來喺頭先個露體狂嗰邊有條樓梯上嚟嘅，又唔俾人爬喎。平時爬開咁，你揾樓梯好難揾噶嘛，係咪先
？Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
嗱，其實係下面個靚女姐姐嗌我過嚟嘅。
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
喂，好多嘢問喎，不如質問下佢先啦。
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
好啦，咁呢個圖片放逐又點呢？
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
其實真係咁樣為佢好先要佢放逐去外面。
Why send Emeteichos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
唉，希望我哋幫呢一個真係好人嚟啊！
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Pericles.
The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members.
And I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
嗱，線索我哋係揾到嘅，但係究竟幫唔幫到我哋揾人咧，就好難講啦。咁今集其實我哋都玩咗好耐㗎啦，咁啊暫時玩到嚟呢度先。下集我哋再離開個酒會睇下會有啲咩事發生啦。中意嘅話記住 like 同埋 share 俾朋友一齊睇，我哋下集再見，多謝各位收睇，拜拜。